Okay, I've gone ahead and I've painted his shirt the color that I decided on. I had hoped to use this color here, but when I put some on there, it just did not look good. So I had this color here. It's called chocolate cherry, which is sort of a real deep color of this color here. So I tried it, and it really looked nice. So that's what I went with. So there. So now what I'm going to do is, while the paint's still wet, I'm going to get me some white here. Find my brush.
It's wet.
Get rid of his hat. Oh, also, I went ahead and painted his hat. Now, I just painted it a real light tan, and then I used some raw sienna to kind of yellow it out. You can see that it's kind of yellow. And then I used some asphaltum to give him a sweat line, top and bottom. And then I used some dark burn umber underneath his hat, which you really can't see. You can see a little bit of it out here on the edge.
You got white paint on it.
Don't worry, I'm going to explain that. So anyway, and that gives him a real nice sweatband, and then I went and painted his hat band with asphaltum, and as the paint was still wet, the asphaltum picked up some of the tan, which gave him a real nice looking hat band. The more I look at him, the more I like him, but the more I think he's going to need a hurricane or stampede string on his hat, because I'm sure these guys all had them out riding around. So anyway, I went ahead and glued his hat on, so let's set him over here out of the way. Now I've got some white paint here. What I'm going to do now is just hit these areas where there's wear, like that, back here on his elbows. Like that. Now I'll wash my brush out. Give me a different brush and get most of the water out of it. And then just kind of blend this all in. Like that. Personally, I think when you sit down to paint something, you know, when you just paint a shirt red and you don't really, you know, do what I'm doing now, you miss half the fun of painting. It just looks so much better. You can actually use a little shape of that shirt in there, because this is so dark. That wouldn't show up if you didn't put some kind of highlight on it. I'll paint those buttons black here. Once the paint dries. Yeah, that looks good. Oops. Put a little over here on his shirt where the cuffs hit it. Again, this is something, you know, that a lot of people wouldn't even know you did this. But, you know, I'm doing this really, basically, for my own enjoyment. So now, once everything is completely dry and the carving is finished, I will come back and real lightly dry brush it. I'll show you that once we get it all done. Yeah, that looks good. I really like that. Okay, so I'm just going to set him aside for the moment. Set that aside for the moment. Set this on here like this. I don't know, I'm going to use those colors. Watch me need one of those colors. Okay. Well, all I do right now is paint the gun. And the rifle, excuse me. Squeeze me out some gold here. Certainly don't need that much. I'm going to squeeze me out some burnt umber here. Get my brush. Put my good glasses on here. A lot of people wear those head magnifiers. Well, I bought me one of those, but they're just so damned uncomfortable. So I went down to the Dollar General store and I bought me some of these. I think these are put my other glasses on here. These are 3.25 magnifiers. Cost me about $6. And boy, they're just perfect for me anyway. So I'm going to take my gold. A nice antique looking gold color. Let's see what that looks like. It's going to take a couple coats. So let me go ahead and paint this, and then we'll come back here in a minute and see what it looks like after I give it another coat. Okay, I got my rifle finished. It took 3 coats instead of 2. Looks good. Now what I'm going to do is mix up some paint for the barrel. and all the mechanisms here. I've squeezed me out some black, some midnight blue, and some silver. So we'll start with the black, because that's the... Okay, mixing some silver in here, just a little touch of blue, maybe a little more blue, maybe a little more blue. I think that's it right there. Yeah, looks good. This might take a couple coats too. Hopefully I have enough paint to finish this. Starting to run a little low up there. That I think I do. Okay, got a little ejection box here in the paint. And a trigger. That's good. Okay, we'll get this with one coat. hope you're not bored watching this. Well, that looks pretty good. Now, one thing I have to remember to do is go get my little sight, which goes right there, and paint it that same color, which I will do here as soon as I say I'll see you in the next video when we'll do the vest and as much else as we can. So until then, I'll talk to you later.